More than 70 organisations worldwide, including the UN and the International Olympic Committee, have been targeted by cyber attacks. The company McAfee uncovered the hacking. They believe it's the biggest breach of network security to date. It claims there was one state actor behind the 5-year campaign. Well, I'm joined by our technology reporter, Daniel Emery. Daniel, first of all, how is this done? What are McAfee saying?
Well, what they've done is it's quite a clever way of targeting people. They've done what's called spear phishing. So rather than
spear phishing,
there's lots of fish terms in here. So rather than sending a barrage of emails at a whole company, which is what you would call trawling, they've located specific individuals that would have enough security and clearance to get in the system, and then they've written custom emails to them. So, dear Nick, please find an important document you'd read. If anyone's fool enough to click on it, then it downloads a program called malware that gets them into the system, and then they do one of two things. They either do what's called a smash and grab, which is they try and take as much data as they can before the site administrators close it down, or more often they just lurk in the background, nobody knows they're there, and they just slowly siphon and steal data.
But Daniel, I've got to ask you, you say fool enough to open it. Of course they can't know. I can't know when something like this is aiming at me.
Well, exactly. This is the thing. I mean, if you've got computer knowledge, you'd spot, it's an exe or a com file. But as you say, most people don't know this. So there's an attachment on an email. Yes, you could actually see on the email it would say com exe. It would look unusual, and you'd think, well, what's that?
As an attachment.
As an attachment. But of course, if the attachment's written in such a way that it could be called important document dot exe, you just see the important document, you click on it, and of course by that point the payload is in. So it's designed to...
Or in a different language, of course.
Well, exactly, of course. If you disguise it, if you send it to someone in Arabic, for example, but it had the thing, you might not even recognise the characters.
Now, the Chief Technology Officer of McAfee, when interviewed on the BBC earlier, was not prepared to be pushed on this foreign state that seems to have been involved. Can we go further?
Well, this is the million-dollar question: who is responsible?
Only a million?
Or even, well, considering what the value of some of this intellectual property stolen, actually many, many multiples of million. We've had stuff being stolen that concerns defence, politics. This stuff is worth its weight in gold.
Which state?
That's a good question. Certainly, if you look at the track record in other companies, if you remember in March, Google accused China of hacking into its Gmail systems, and there have been a lot of accusations and finger-pointing at China. Was China actually responsible for this? We don't know the answer to that, but certainly questions have been raised.
I have to press you, will there have been some kind of digital fingerprint which is recognisable somehow?
Probably. Halfway between a possibly and a probably. Certainly when you look back at where the data, the stuff has come from, there will be a virtual trail. Whether that virtual trail leads directly to a specific country or whether it's kind of round the houses slightly through a host, if you will. So but these guys know what they're talking about. They will have a pretty good idea of where it actually came from. McAfee won't actually name a country, but certainly there is rumour and speculation.
But we can assume they've got the code somewhere.
We can.
Daniel, thanks for joining us, our technology reporter here on The Hub. And you'll find